My wife and I had a conversation this week, and we went through some work numbers for my company. Although in the past 7 years we've sold a little over $5 million, currently, because of the delayed payment, I'm $360,000 in debt. If you make good money, if you've ever made good money, I wanted you to look at this series. I wanted to show you something, that it's easy to ignore reality and get caught up in debt. Currently, I'm $360,000 in debt. And after we total up all of the figures, I said to myself, I'm going to put myself on a 90-day challenge to run a business sprint, to aggressively pay down $72,000 to $180,000 of this back bill. These are bills for work, some personal bills, some replacements, and even some collections that were not done. When you're doing insurance work, you can get buried in debt very quickly. Recently, I've taken on a portfolio of projects for banks, and we've been doing a little over 18 projects. And after totaling up the amount of expenses we've incurred, I realize that you work, you deliver your work, you bill your work, and then you wait on the insurance company, or you wait on your the vendor, which is the bank, to pay out. Because of that cycle, I got myself behind in some of my operation expenses. And I wanted to use the next 90 days to pivot, to shift the amount of debt-related job, what we call zero net, or billing job, which is you do the work, bill, and wait up to 90 days to collect payment. Or I can run a sprint and create some sales velocity where I use my company and do high ticket paying job, bring in a bump or a burst of new money and pay off some of these outstanding bills. My wife and I once started a practice where we sit down ever so often and review our expenses, review our income, and then run our numbers. When we did that recently, we realized that not only we were taking on a lot of projects, but our collection has been delayed. And when your collection is delayed and you're $300,000 behind payment schedule from clients, as a contractor, as a restoration company, you can have 8 to 10 projects that are still due for payment. That can put you behind. And if you take on new projects, it can delay your delivery. So my goal is use the next 90 days, clear off some of the old bills, build some cash cushion, build a reserve, and move myself to reduce this entire outstanding amount by up to 50%. I can do that. I've done that multiple times before by creating a sales sprint with a sales velocity. As a restoration contractor, I have the privilege. It's a luxury. Everyone doesn't have it. And I understand it's a luxury I find myself, where in my company, I can turn to a single or 2 verticals. And what I decided, after sitting down and pulling this whole stuff together, I want to keep focused on my script. I want to use high-ticket jobs. High-ticket jobs of biohazard, kitchen and bath, and we're going to still do mitigation. We're still going to do some insurance work, but we're going to reduce the amount and the rate at which you've been taking on new projects. Why? Because the payment cycle for those is delayed. You find yourself getting caught in your collection time and your delivery time. For our restoration work, we're delivering jobs, we're billing, but the collection is slow. Because the collection process is slow, your expenses catch up with you. When your expenses catch up with you, you can get yourself with a sticker shock. That's how Sunday morning I ended up being all confused when I realized we owe $360,000. That's a big number. That's not a mistake. But we've done that before and we've come out. That's remodeling. That's cleanup. That's bio. That's mitigation. I'm going to use bio. I'm going to use kitchen and bath. And I'm going to use that to pay off this. They're big tickets. They're $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 per job. And I'm going to implement 3 big moves. Number 1, I'm going to build out a full debt map. Every creditor, every balance, every contact person, every person I'm going to put on a big debt map. And I'm going to make it available. You can download it below this video. I'm going to call it my debt and revenue mission board. It's a big fancy word. I make up this whole name. Why? Having a mission gives you energy. But I'm also going to do another thing. I'm going to create an automatic savings sweep. For every payment that come in, I'm automatically going to let 5% go towards a savings cushion. And that's going to be set aside. So that the next time I find myself in this corner, I got to set aside. That 5%, I'm going to do. The other thing I'm going to do, I'm going to create weekly sales and cash collection target. Every week, I'm going to have 3 big targets. I'm going to have sales targets, I'm going to have collections targets, and I'm going to have settlements target. For outstanding bills, I'm going to pay off. And this week, I'm going to start off this entire journey. Today it's 11/11. It's day 1. And I'm out in the park. I normally come out in the park walking a mile or 2 miles. But today, I choose to shoot this video because I wanted to be able to give myself public recollection of this moment. And I'm going to use this because I also wanted to have in this a built-in come to Jesus. And the come to Jesus that I'm going to do are 3 things that I'm willing to cancel, 3 things that I'm willing to give up. And if you wanted to see everything, join me. Join me. Download this mission board. If you're in that, you can also use this to write your journey. You can also use this to track your revenue. And you can also use this to build your confidence so you too can get out. At the end of this series, I'm going to show you what I've been able to accomplish. It's going to be 90 days. I'm not going to be recording every day. I'm going to record 1 or 2 times a week, but I'm going to show you how I am digging myself out. I've done it before. I have the tools and I can leverage my ability. I don't know what you have going on. I wanted to show you what day 1 for me looked like. All right? Thank you.